I showed up to this event, did 3 rounds of breath work, and jumped in ice. But let me tell you how it all actually started. It started because I watched a video about longevity. This one in specific. They recommended breathwork for longevity, so I started to do the breathwork. I liked it. I've been doing it ever since, and it's been about 2 months. That's when I was back in Spain. Right now I'm in Mexico. This is the Airbnb in Mexico I've been living in. And so I also started to read Wim Hof's book, because when you think about breathwork, who do you think of? I think of Wim Hof. So that's what I did. Oh, of course, the cold showers too. I've been doing those hand in hand ever since. So basically what I've learned is this. Our bodies are stagnant, they are safe, and the way we live is very different from the way we lived before. I think we can all agree on that. And when I read, I always question, does this sound real? Do I agree with this? So you do the same as I go along. Basically, not only Wim Hof, but I've probably heard it from more than 5 trusted sources that I listen to. They basically say that diseases are energy that is just blocked because it's not flowing. We, at the end of the day, are energy. Everything has to flow through. And one of the main things that a lot of these people, including the Wim Hof book, says is that by activating and breathing heavily, which is something that normally we don't do. Yes, we breathe to survive and to live, but when was the last time you actually thought about your breath, or actually made it so that you feel it all the way through your body? I know before I started this, barely ever had I ever thought about that. So the point is, and the theory is, that your breath activates because when you're doing it strong enough, and when you're also drawing attention to whatever body part you are, well, the breath is flowing there. Therefore, I, in my mind, see it as kind of like that bicycle chain. It's stuck, when it got kind of rusty, and then you just did it a little harder. You might have to put that WD-40, and then boom, it starts running up again and again, letting you pedal. That's literally what I imagine is going through my body when I do this style of breath work. Now, you pair that with the cold and it activates it even more. Why? Because our bodies are such in a slow, soft, in a way, state of living. Everything is so safe that our bodies are barely in that ultimate fight or flight mode. So your nervous system barely gets activated. So what Wim Hof basically says in the book is that by using the cold, you're activating your body so that everything is flowing through, because you're basically sending it hey, I'm in the cold, start working. And that start working gets everything that's normally just stagnant, because hello, most of us have jobs that we sit at a desk all day. I sit at a desk all day. Yesterday, I stared at a computer screen because I track my time with Toggle Track for 6 hours because I was editing a video. I was doing some other stuff too, but 6 hours sitting in a computer. Well, obviously, if my body isn't even moving, imagine what's going on in the inside part of it. So basically, you get in the cold and it's giving your body that good alert, at least. That's what Wim Hof says. After experiencing the ice bath, I have my questions about it, but we'll get into that a little later. And if you would have told me 2 months before that I was doing a cold shower, I would have never ever believed you. Not only that, but I take it to a further point. 3 months ago, so I started 2 months ago in Spain. 3 months ago, I was in Portugal. In Portugal, I was actually a Karen because where we were staying for about a week, the water heater was broken. I complained. Yes, I was a Karen. I left a review because that in my head was not how are you going to not have hot showers? That's how bad my cold tolerance shower was. I would get up and I was if they don't have this fixed, I'm gonna leave another review. What did I do? I left another review because they didn't have it fixed for a whole week. Now, look at me now, taking cold showers willingly. The Wim Hof book at the end is a book that motivates and that gets you pumped for following this protocol, because after each chapter, and really throughout each chapter, there's stories of how people have used it, how it's transformed their life, how it's transformed their health. And honestly, just hearing it from different sources, because yes, Wim Hof has been saying this for years, but now it's also tied to longevity. It's tied to sports and endurance. Like, I think that's, to me, what I find the coolest part about breathwork and ice bath is that everyone sees the benefits, but they see the benefits for their own purpose and what they're concentrated on. Like, this is something athletes have been doing for years and years because it speeds up recovery. Like, it gets them going. This is something people have been doing for lots of time for health. Like, as you see in Wim Hof, like, there's example after example of things that have been ultimately cured and people that have tied like how good of health they're in due to these two things. And now it's also tied to longevity. Like, it's tied to so many things that it's like listening from the outside. Okay, let's try it. Let's do our own approach on this. Like, let's see how we feel. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was like, let's just try it for a week. It's been a week and I was like, hey, I'm feeling more relaxed when I do a certain type of breath work that I'll show you guys at the end. I'm feeling full of energy when I do the breath work in the morning, where you go a bit faster and you do 3 rounds. Like, that just literally, you feel different. And after that cold shower, yes, no matter how much I'm like, should I skip it today? At the end of the day, I always go full cold and then you just feel so good. I honestly, as the cold water touches, I literally feel like my body come like energized. It's weird. I'm not sure if it's placebo. You tell me if you've done it, but you feel the difference. So why not continue to do it? Now, I was feeling the difference until I got to the event. I was pumped. I was so pumped because not only is it something that I've been super into, I've been learning it, I've been reading the books, and then out of nowhere, when I'm in Mexico City, because I'm in Mexico City for a full month, there's an event specifically on breathwork and ice bath in Mexico City. I was like, sign me up. This has my name all over it. It was made for me. Well, started off with the breath work, which is very similar to the breath work that I've been doing every single morning for probably the last 2 months. And some days you feel it. I'm not gonna lie. Some days you feel it. You feel your head kind of get like tingling, lightheaded, like a big balloon. Some days you feel it in your arms, like you feel it. And then some days it just feels so good. It feels delicious. Well, at the event, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it felt delicious. I felt like bliss. Pure bliss all over, that I was like, you know what? Like, today is my day. I'm gonna thrive in this ice bath. Like, I'm gonna last so long in this ice bath. Everyone had to do it at minimum for 3 minutes. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna thrive. I wish YouTube had like that green screen effect so I could show you. Actually, we can do this on a phone. I can't put it on green screen, but we can definitely go through the emotions that were going on. Let's just watch this video. It was a hurting. I felt that ice all over my arms. I was like trying to slow my breathing, but then I also felt my mouth get dry. All kinds of things, yet nothing of what I had expected. I didn't thrive. I froze. And I froze all the way through. I mean, literally. I'm trying to slow my breathing down. I'm trying to do like deep breaths. It's not working. Like, I don't know. This was my first time actually doing like ice bath, knowing that you're in it and you're hitting the 3 minutes. Like, there's no way out. I had gone to a spa before where they had like a cold plunge. I got in, I was like, this isn't for me, and I left. But no one was there like, hey, like, this is what you signed up for. Like, you're doing it or you're doing it. Here, it was like that, so I consider it my first time, my first experience. But guys, I mean, I think here I was finally laughing because she was like, hey, you made it, you're done. And I was like, oh, thank goodness I'm alive. That was probably my reaction. But yeah, that's when I wonder, like, yes, my body definitely went in alert mode at that time. But is it like, how do you know to what degree the alert mode is good? I don't know. I am still pumped for a next ice bath event where I have no idea, because you guys know I'm traveling every month to a different city. So where it will be, who knows? Who's gonna guide me through it? Who knows? I have no idea. Leaving it up there to wherever and however and when it's supposed to happen, it will happen. But what I am committing to, because even though that day I went through a whole rush of emotions, maybe it was the excitement, like the excitement to finally bring something to life that I had been learning morning that I had been like practicing in a way, like, you know, like maybe it's like what the Formula One racers feel like. They're practicing, but when they actually get out there to the real race, like all the emotions and the excitement. So this was my Formula One race. I had been practicing and practicing on my little field, doing my breath work, doing my cold showers. Felt good, but when I got to the race, no, didn't work out. But anyways, I am committing to the breath work and the cold showers because that is something that feels so, so, so good. You feel the difference when you're doing the breath work. Let me show you. So there's two different types of breath work that are my favorite. I obviously have learned recently. So my favorite person for breath work on YouTube is Sandy right here. I literally click on his videos every day, and that's where I've learned a lot from. So at night, let's start with the night one because this one's just so, so, so good. At night, and this is one that I had actually learned about from before, I like doing kind of like the box style breathing where it's basically like 4 inhales, 4, like hold your breath for 4, let it out for 4, rest for 4. Now I love doing that, but whenever you're going to sleep, whenever you want to like de-stress, if you go longer on the exhale, it feels so different. So let's do it. Join me. Let's do 4. Let's hold for 4 and out for 6. So literally, how can you not feel that deliciousness? If you do it 3 times, bliss. You'll sleep like a baby at night, I promise. Now, in the morning, what I like doing, and I follow Sandy's videos for this, is kind of called like the breath of fire or whatever. It's like energetic breathing where you go in, out 30 times. So deep, and you're breathing deep from your stomach, like filling it all up, letting it go 20, 30 times, and then you do like a rest. You hold it in, and that's where you can kind of start to feel like a little bit in your head. I think it's totally normal. Obviously, they guide you through it in the videos, you'll hear it. You let go of that air, you start the next round, and it feels so, so, so good. So breathing from your stomach, from the inside. Amazing. Literally amazing. So that I am committing to. That you can literally hold me accountable for. And the cold showers, because there's something about cold showers that just feel good. It does not feel like you're in an ice bath. Like the temperature, I'm not gonna lie, feels the same exact. There's something about the ice bath, whether it's the ice sticking into you, you're sitting there, you're not moving in the shower, I sing, like I'm doing my thing, and it feels great. So that, I would say, you should join me in doing. And then let me know how it feels. See you next week.